Hi, I'm Ryan Smith, back again to have a sign chat with another part of our sign family. This is Kathy and Roger Willis. They've been longtime supporters and volunteers with Sign. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing well, thank you.
That's good to hear. We're all kind of in our homes at the moment, but hopefully you guys are doing well and able to connect with family too.
Yeah, thank goodness for the technology that we're using right now.
Yeah, for sure. I know you guys have been supporting Sign for a number of years. Do you remember how you kind of got started or the connection you had with Sign at the beginning?
Jean came to a Rotary meeting and she was talking about sign, and this was back in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And there were several things that she shared that really resonated with me. One of the things that she shared was that providing improved health care in third world nations using the medical mission model, it's just not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sign had come up with this other idea, and I just went, wow, it just made such really good sense that if we're going to transfer this medical technology and all this knowledge, we need to use medical professionals in their own countries because they know their own culture, they know their language, and they know the needs of the people that they're going to be serving. So I just came home from this meeting all enthused about what can we learn more about this sign organization since it's local, and how do we get in contact with them? So, Roger?
Well, we learned that the type of volunteers that they were looking for was in the shipping department and people to package. So we came in and we were trained by the staff in how to package and safety procedures. I was assigned to an afternoon shift, and Kathy was assigned to a morning shift. And Kathy's volunteer partner was now a 92-year-old woman who still volunteers around the community, and they're dear friends. The first thing you do when you're packaging is to check the paperwork. And the thing you learn real quick is that there's a very high level of perfection for all of the Sign products, primarily nails, screws, or instruments. Mm-hmm. And that the rejects are recycled, or sometimes they are made into little trivets that they sold at a sign auction. We bought this so we could show friends and family what nails look like.
Because when you talk about nails, people are going, what? People get nailed? And so having that little trivet's been really nice.
That's great. I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah.
Well, packaging is not complicated. You have a big roll and you just roll stuff out, you cut one end, hand it to your partner who will put in a label and the nail, screws, or whatever, and then we reseal it, and we would just really kind of go from there. They will then put them on the shelf, and the shipping crew will then make individual orders for these individual doctors around the world. The way doctors around the world are resupplied with Sign products is they must send in a before and after digital x-ray to Dr. Zirkle, and he goes over it. And because of that, Dr. Zirkle has the largest digital orthopedic library in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty impressive.
Kudos to all those doctors around the world that are sending those in on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I mean, thank you to both of you. I mean, you've had a direct part in getting those products and supplies out to surgeons.
Well, in our faith, one of the things that they talk about are corporal works of mercy. And so it's kind of nice, you slide that nail into the plastic bag, and you can just sneak in a little prayer, and you can say, bless the hands of the surgeon and bless the person who gets this. And it's just kind of, nice. It's one of the benefits of being a volunteer. We got to do that for 9 years,
Hmm.
but now there have been evidently some changes, new mandates where volunteers are no longer able to do this kind of packaging.
Yeah, I think there were some updated, some of the, totally missing the word here, but yeah, some of the regulations, I guess, is what I'm looking for, that we had to
Yeah,
comply with in a different level.
right.
Yeah, but definitely, we appreciate your support with us so much, especially the hands-on stuff like that. Um, I guess over the years, is there any one message or aspect of Sign that kind of sticks out to you? Like, if you talk to Sign about your family and friends, what's a message that you share about it?
We just go, you can't believe what a great organization this is. From when we were volunteering, there would be people from other parts of the staff that would be coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when you are in some place on a semi-regular basis, weekly for 10 years, you kind of get a feel for how the people are with each other. And the staff and the people that work out on the floor making all of this stuff, they're just not only friendly, but there's just a sense of mission about what it
Mm-hmm.
is that they are doing, and it's just palpable, when you're there. One of the men that's one of the engineers, he was working on um, a, a new program or new instruments, I guess, that you guys are going to be using on hips. And so when Dooley would come in or he'd walk through, you could just tell how excited he was
Mm-hmm.
about the new, each incremental step that was making this a technology that was going to be usable and genuinely helpful. And, and so I would say about the sign, at the about sign, you said at the beginning the sign family,
Mm-hmm.
and you really really sense that when you get to be there, and just sort of see the day-to-day operations.
I think another thing is when you see the conference that goes on and you have doctors coming from all these different countries to be
Mm-hmm.
trained, and all the cooperation between the North American doctors and some European doctors and the doctors from all these different countries. Just it's very inspiring that they can all travel to the U.S. and get all this training,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
been a.
and
and that they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
we have had a chance to volunteer at the sign conference too.
Oh, that's
And
great.
tell them about that, Doctor from Laos.
Oh, he said, I've come to this a couple of times and all I've ever seen is sign in the hotel. So I want somebody to take me around. So we brought him to our house. We took him around, and he was interested in a bunch of stuff. And then, of course, he comes from a country where it rains a lot and it's very tropical. And he was, looked at this desert, but he saw green lawns and he was curious, where are all the flowers? Because people here have flowers in beds and flowers in pots, but there they grow everywhere. But the one thing that he wanted to do before we took him back to the hotel is to go to a grocery store to buy chocolate to take home.
and and last year we got to work in the bio lab at the conference,
Oh
and
yeah.
and one of the doctors invited us to come to Kenya. And so if the world ever opens up again and we actually get to go traveling, because we're not medical people, and so you see these highly trained professionals who are just so, warm and friendly. It makes us look forward to the annual conference every year. We get to serve lunches and do cleanup and
Mm-hmm.
put out tables and do that kind of stuff. So it isn't like we're critical, but we just it's like being around rock stars. You get to see these, see these doctors and know what they do when they go home. It's just very, like Roger said, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just for our staff, it's one of our favorite parts of the year for sure. To be able to see and be reminded, that the little pieces of metal we're making make a big difference for them.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we were in the Philippines a couple of years ago,
Oh.
and you see those motorcycles, just all the ones that they talk about at Sign. We saw them in person. I mean, you really get it really comes home to you when you're in a place like that.
Yeah, for sure that the traffic is a huge cause of all the fractures that we're seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
As a part of the Sign family here in the Tri-Cities, is there anything you'd like to say to or share with Sign surgeons? I mean, you kind of talked about them already, but.
Right. We just want to say we're looking forward to 2021, where we will get to see some of these surgeons again, and just what an honor it is to to feel like we could do something.
Well, it's
to support them.
The work that they do is such important work, and the work that Dr. Zirkel has done to get these products developed, and you just realize that in the third world, when a wage earner is injured, 3 generations go into poverty at once, and the turnaround time for a patient that receives a sign nail is so much faster than the way they used to do it. So it's a tremendous invention, and it's a tremendous team, because it takes the whole team to keep everything going. And certainly those doctors in those countries are on the front line. They deliver the service.
Yeah. I mean, you just described Sign in a nutshell. So thank you. That's incredible. Is there anything you'd say to your friends or your family or something like that? Anybody who's considering getting involved with Sign or supporting them somehow?
Yes. I mean, we would say, when you consider making a donation, you want to feel like it's going to be carefully used and that it's going to make a difference. And so, making a donation to Sign, we encourage people to do it all of the time, because you become a partner in something that is genuinely unique. You're part of a community that genuinely provides, it just does something that is good and honest. It's worthy, and it makes a difference. And so, when you make it, if you write a check or you come in to volunteer in some way, you want to feel like you're part of something that's special. And if you make a donation to Sign, you genuinely get to be part of something special.
You often hear people say, I want to donate to something that is bigger than myself. Well, Sign is certainly bigger than
we are. Yeah. So we're just happy to be part of it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, for even us on staff, it's great to see how one little bit that we do gets multiplied so much.
Yes.
Through everyone's efforts all around the world. And in case anybody needs a little extra inspiration, right now we're having a campaign we call Give Bigger. It's in conjunction with like Giving Tuesday and Give Big around the country. So for the 5th and the 6th of May, your donation will be matched, so it can be twice as much impact. So.
Okay. That's always...
Yeah. So if anybody needs a little extra motivation, that might be a way to do that. So. But anyway,
super.
Kathy and Roger, thanks for taking the time to chat with us a little bit.
Sure.
We look forward to seeing you again when we're able to do things like that. But
right.
For now, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Okay. Thank you so much for all that you do. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.